When it comes to relationships and men and women, I feel like a lot of people are getting their perspectives from what's online. And to be real, we're not really considering the source when we do that. A lot of us feel validated when someone else echoes our same sentiments. But we have to be careful with that because that's how...
This is true so far. You know, a lot of times it's funny, especially with YouTube, the homepage, your algorithm kind of caters to what you like. If you don't have good discernment, it's so hard to tell, like, is this information real or is it not real? Because a lot of times people just want to hear what confirms the way they think, or be able to discern from a bird's eye view, meaning let me look outside myself. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people in the society is so extreme. So you hear somebody's ideology and be like, well, that person is saying so I can't do it. Well, this person says I got to do it like this. But what I do is I take bits and pieces from everybody. Even with content I don't like, I try to figure out, okay, what can I take from this? Because at the end of the day, a wise man knows that he knows nothing. So you got to be able to understand that what makes my perspective so right. But again, that's why I share with y'all on this channel. Everything I share is from my perspective. It's from things I've actually been through. I'm not just sitting here making stuff up from somebody I heard. This is stuff that is worked or not worked and that I've experienced.
Groupthink becomes a thing. There are men online who will say things like black women only deal with thugs and gangbangers and drug dealers. And it's probably because that particular man has a hard time attracting the type of woman that he desires. On the flip side of that same...
Real quick, so it's so funny because of course stuff can be true in a certain sentiment, right? But it's not true for everybody. And a lot of times also men make the famous statement of saying, well, all women want a guy that's 6'3" and above. And usually the men that are saying that are under 6'3". So like she said, the men that are making the statements of all women want is thugs and gangbangers and killers and shooters and scammers. Those type of dudes that are saying that are not able to get the woman they want. So again, this is why I put all the blame on men, because as a man, work on yourself and build yourself up to where you can demand what you want. You can really attract what you want. Because a lot of these women, they may say they want these things, but they just talking. That's not what they really want. But that may not be what they respond to. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole height thing, like dudes make a big deal out. Oh, I'm not tall enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm only 5'9". I've never had an issue getting a woman because of my height. I never heard a woman say, oh, no, I can't go out with you because you're not 6'3". You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we're making up these delusions in our head because we're hearing women get on these panels, get on IG, or have these posts that's saying all these things, and we think like, dang, man, these women only want dudes with money. Okay, those are gold diggers.
There are women who will say things like, men are terrible, they just don't do right by women, they hate women, because that's been their experience with the men that they've chosen. Again, we got to consider the source. We cannot allow broken and jaded and bitter people to become the voice for the masses. Men and women are so inherently different, and it's such a beautiful thing. People are trying to make that statement alone hate speech, but it's not hate to emphasize the fact that we are so different, and our differences is what makes it beautiful. You're never going to find beauty through the eyes and opinions of someone who has an ugly outlook on life. So as much as these clout-driven posts entertain us, let's absolve ourselves from it, because it's having real life ramifications on how we think and how we interact with each other.
Hey, I agree with everything she's saying. You know, this society that we live in, so much stuff we see, if we feel like it caters towards the way we think, we feel like, man, this is the Bible, this is the gospel. The truth of the reality is, and you hear this all the time from content creators, I don't care about how many of my videos you watch. If you're not out here applying these things that we talk about when we talk about improving your mindset, working on yourself, really, you know, dating and failing and experience, like these videos are cool, but at the end of the day, the reason why we're able to flow like this on the video is because we're actually doing the work. I'm actually going to the gym. I'm actually currently dating. I'm actually, you know, working on myself. I'm actually, you know, loving myself more. I'm actually gaining more hobbies. So you got to be doing these things in real life so you can understand and have that discernment to be able to pick up on information that's negative and information that's positive. You know, especially with YouTube now, I see so many dudes, they listen to their favorite content creator or whatever, and their whole ideology and making it law. You feel like, man, if he says do this, I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do everything they believe in. They're just giving you the things that they particularly believe in. And when you have discernment, you're able to take from people what you need to take and apply it to yourself. You ain't gotta take everything from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you watch dudes in the NBA. A lot of dudes, Kobe mentored a lot of dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure dudes that look up to Kobe, they may take bits and pieces from his game, bits and pieces from this person's game, and make it their own game. That's what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to listen to people. It's okay to do that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to take their whole ideology and then be against anything else somebody says against them. But you know, going back to what she was saying in the beginning of the video, where she was saying men, you know, they'll say, well, all women is just thugs and killers and shooters. As a man, you should be looking at yourself like at a woman as, okay, I know what the value I have. What can you provide to me to make my life better? Like, that's cool. You got something fat back there and you got a pretty face. That's cool and all, but what else? What else is there? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else is there? That's the mindset you should be coming from. See, when you come from that mindset of, damn, I gotta prove myself because all she wants is thugs and killers. You know what she likes about the thugs and the killers? Is the confidence. That's what women like in men, is the confidence. Usually those type of dudes, not all of them, but mostly those dudes that they like, they're pretty confident or they're assertive. So you can take some, like, just like we said, you can take some of those skills from those dudes, because I guarantee you those dudes that are saying that, you're not confident. You're insecure. Why would she want you? You know what I'm saying? She'd rather deal with the dude that's confident and is a scammer than deal with a dude who, you know what I'm saying, ain't sure of himself. But the way you build your confidence up is by, one, accepting your flaws, accepting your insecurities. We all have things that we struggle with. First, you gotta accept that. You know what I'm saying? And then for two, you gotta continue to date more women, you gotta put yourself in a position to continue to get more experience. Because as you get more experience with women, naturally what you have to do is you get experience. You know, you may, after the second date, it may have flamed out, you learn from your mistakes, you move on. After every situation with a woman, you have to be able to self-reflect. Once you self-reflect, that's how you get better and better. So that way, when you meet your match, in a sense, you're ready for her and you're not about to self-sabotage it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the key. Build your confidence, enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying? Stop being pressed for women, because when you find that validation within yourself, within loving yourself by spending time alone, and you start to really value and love yourself and have standards for yourself, you're gonna feel like, man, what can this woman do for me? Instead of thinking, oh man, all she wants is thugs and killers. So at the end of the day, continue to focus on you. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel as always. Guys, make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'm gone.